Now let's add our bank statement. So again, we will import our bank statement through CSV. So let's go our input data, bank data, import. We can do select files or we can connect bank. For now, we will be selecting our files. So let me give you a quick look at our bank statement. So this is our bank statement. We need to upload it through a CSV file. So first we need to prepare a CSV file. Let's open Excel, blank workbook, copy our bank statement, paste it here. Make sure you do value paste. See if everything is all good. We need to save it as CSV. So select save as. Let's use our downloads folder and format will be CSV. Save. Now let's go to QuickBook. Select files. Select the file we just saved. Continue. Select which bank account this statement belongs to. This one is ABC Bank. This is QuickBook. This is our CSV file. So is the first row in your file a header? Yes, that is a header. How many columns show amounts? Only one column shows up amount. What is the date format used in your file? We are using month, date, year separated by a dash. So the first one, let's match our headers with QuickBook fields. Date is where, date is transaction date. Description is where in our memo column. Amount is in our amount column. Check number we don't have, so we are not using that. Let's do continue. QuickBook will show us a preview that this is what you are importing. Let's have a quick look. Dates are fine. Inflows are inflow and outflows are outflow. All good. Select all. We have a few options. Keep original values or reverse all values. Reverse all values will be useful when you are importing a statement from your credit cards. There, every expenses we made from the credit card shows up as a positive figure and the credit card payment we have made shows up as a negative figure. So when we import that CSV file here, expenses or money out transactions will be positive and money in transactions will be negative. What we want is reverse of that. So if we select reverse, positive becomes negative, negative becomes positive. But for now, this is our bank statement. We need positive as our positive. If we unselect any transaction here, that transaction will be not be imported. Then we have the option to select which transaction I want to import. Let's say we don't want this transaction to be imported in our QuickBooks. If I deselect this, then select continue, this particular transaction will not be imported in QuickBooks. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's start again. We need all the transactions here. So continue. QuickBook will import 27 transaction. Let's do a quick confirmation with our main file. We have 27 transactions. So all good to go. Yes, we want to import now. Import complete. This is done. This brings us to our bank transaction field. So first thing I see here is this one is sorted by description. I don't want that. I want it sorted by date. If I click on the date, it is now sorted on date wise. So first thing we have two fund transfer from our two partners. 5,000 from Janet Baker and 10,000 from David Hudson. If we go back to our original client overview, which is this one, Janet Baker deposited 5,000 and David Baker deposited 10,000. So these are our capital investment. So let's create a transaction for this. What type of transaction are these? This is a deposit transaction. Who are the vendor or pay? Basically, no vendor or customer made this transaction. Our employees made this contribution to the company as capital investment. So we will add new. We will add them as our employees, as they are also our salaried employees. So first name is, last name is Baker. Hire date is 1st of October. Save. Now, this is how we create a vendor, a customer, a employee on the fly. Let's select account. What are these? These are capital injection. So let's see if we have anything like that. Yes, we have a equity GL that is called capital injection by Janet Baker. We have another similar one for David Hudson as well. This is Janet's transaction. So let's select Janet Baker. This transaction is not associated with any product or service, i.e. inventory item. So all good to go. Let's add this. Again, we have a similar transaction, but this one is with Mr. David Hudson. What is this? A deposit. Who is our payee? We need to add new. This is our employee. His name is David. Last name is Hudson. And we have hired him since 1st of October. Save. David Hudson comes in automatically. Search capital. Capital injection by David Hudson. This is our equity, not associated with an inventory, and done. But notice there are a few repetitive transactions. What are these? These are bank charges. So every time we made a payment, we incurred a bank charge. As bank charges will be common transaction that will happen throughout our banking activities, let's create a rule to automatically categorize this transaction quickly. So bank charge, what we need to do here? We need to categorize them as an expense transaction. To whom did we pay this money? We paid this money to our bank. So our payee is our bank, ABC Bank. And what type of transaction is this? This is an expense transaction. What is this? This is bank charge. So let's select bank charge. Now notice we have few options here. We can add an attachments, we can create a rule, exclude this transaction, or go to transaction history. We can add an attachment, a receipt, or any attachment with this transaction. We can create a rule for this transaction. We can exclude this. If we exclude this line item in our bank sheet will be deleted. And categorization history, this one will show us nothing now, as this one is the first transaction of its kind. But whenever we go for categorizing the second transaction, it will show us in which GL we have booked this type of transactions previously. But we are interested in creating a rule. So let's select create rules. What is the name of this rule? This rule's name is bank check. This is a money out transaction, and this is applicable to all of our bank accounts. We can, if we had multiple accounts, we have the option to choose between which bank account these rules applies to. For now, we select all bank accounts. This is the part where we test the logic of this rule. Our logic is if bank text contains the words bank charge, then we want to apply this rule. Once the logic is satisfied, what will QuickBooks do? It will record a expense transaction. Category will be bank charge, so it will book it in our bank charge GL. It will not associate this with any inventory. Payee will be ABC Bank. We can add tag here as well. We can replace the bank memo with anything we like to add here, or we can keep both. If we tick mark this one, the original bank text will be there and our selected memo will be there. Let's save this one. Save. Once the rule is saved, you can now see, let's sort it in description wise again. You can see all the bank charges are saying they have a matching rule, and this rule is correct. Pay is ABC Bank, account is bank charge, no association with our inventory items, memo is bank charge. Let's let's categorize all these transactions in one go. Select all the transaction that says bank charge and simply accept. Done. Now let's see what we have next. We have an inward payment from James Brown and QuickBook is saying that it has found a match. So what did we receive? We received 225 USD from James Brown. Let's go to our sales. So James Brown has sent us $225. Let's see if we have any invoice for that. Yes, our first invoice 1001 was for $225. So this is a payment of that invoice. Select match, go to our customer center, reload. We can see here this we can see here that this invoice is now paid and we have a payment journal that says close. Let's go to our payment journal. This is our journal. Let's see. Let's click edit and here it says one online bank matches. So in bank transaction page for review under for review section we have the bank transaction that we haven't yet categorized. In categorized section we can find all that we have already categorized and we can see that we have categorized James Brown's payment. Now let's go to our for review section again. We have another payment collection from our customer Karuna and QuickBook has found a match 1002. Does it matches with our order sheet? Let's pull it side by side. This is our order catalog. Yeah, 1002 is for 750. Let's go and 1002 is a match. Again, inward payment from Linda for $450. Let's see our match. It says invoice 1003. Let's open it in a new tab. Yes, this one is correct. Linda does owe us $450 and she has paid it. So this is a correct match. Next, we have a payment transaction to Aroma and we found 6 matches. What is the transaction? We have made a payment of 1000 USD to Aromaland. Let's go to our bills and Aromaland first bill was 1001 and this bill was due on 10th of October. So it is highly likely that we made this payment on the due date to Aromaland. Let's see what matches QuickBook has found for us. So first one is bill 101 that has an open balance for Aromaland. So this match is correct. So let's match this one. Next, we found another transaction of $1,000 to Aromaland. But the QuickBook is saying that the pay is Barry's craft. Definitely that is wrong. So what we do, we see the matches and find Aromaland invoice 1002 is our highly likely payment amount for this one. So let's check it. Yes, this one is correct. So now we need to add this. Let's match it with Aromaland bill number 1002. Another payment to Aromaland for $1,000 and we have only one invoice open from Aromaland, so it is this one. So let's match this one. Now we have 3 payment to Barry's Craft and 3 matches found. Let's see. We have 3 open invoices of Barry's Craft. So This one is paid on 10th. Let's see which one was due on 10th. Go to our bills again. 101 was due on 10th. So this is a payment of 101 match. So this is a payment of 101 match. Payment of 102 match. Payment of 103. Yes, this one is right. Payment of 103 match. Now online fund transfer to Computer City. We did bought two computers from Computer City. Let's pull in the bill. This is our Computer City bill. It was due on 15th of October, and on 15th of October we did pay to Computer City. So it is a payment of bill number CC003. On 30th October we paid Howard Baker for our rent and our utility. Let's see our bills again. Howard Baker's bill 350, and it was due on 30th October. So this is a correct match. We paid our bookkeeper $300. This is the bill. Opening new tab. This one is right. It was due on 30th. So we paid this one, and now we see another transaction here. Bank details says online debit card payment to Intuit QuickBooks, and it has found a match of payment of this bill from QuickBooks. Open that bill. This one is a this one is a bill from QuickBooks for $200, and it was due on 1st of October, and we have paid QuickBooks the same amount, so this is a correct match. Now lastly we have salary payment. Let's record our payroll now. First we will recognize the payroll expense and prepare a payroll liability by recording a journal entry. Go to new, select journal entry. Date is 25th of October. Journal entry number 1. Account is salary expense. Debit 2500. Description salary of Janet Baker. Name Janet Baker. Again, salary. This is an expense account. Debit 2500. Salary of not Janet Baker. This is salary of David Hudson. Again, David Hudson. Now we will create our liability. So accrued payroll liability 5,000. Credit salary expense for the month of October 24. Name will be blank. So this is our salary expense journal with recognized liability. Let's make this recurring from 1st November every month of 25th. Template name payroll journal. This is scheduled monthly day 25th of every 1 month. This will be our template. So if I save this template, this says the recurring start date can't be before today. So today is 4th of November. So we can't make this for November. We need to make this for December. So we are doing October's payroll journal now. And for November's payroll journal, we need to do this manually. But from December, this journal will be posted automatically. So save template. This is saved. Now we will settle our payroll liability with another journal. So go to new journal entry again. Let it load fully. Date is 25th of October. Journal entry number 2. We credited our accrued payroll liability. Now we will debit that by 5,000. Salary expense for the month of October 24. Name will be blank and ABC Bank 5,000 will be credited. Salary for the month of October. Again, we can make this recurring payroll payment scheduled monthly on day 25th of every month. It will start from December 1st and will never end until the company closes down. Save template, recurring journal entry saved. Let's go to our recurring journals again. Transactions, recurring transactions. If there are any changes in payroll structure, say we hired a new employee or some of our existing employees resigned, changes in payroll amount, it could be an appraisal, it could be a personal expense deduction or any other deductions, we will revisit these two journals and stop these recurring journals from this menu. We can delete it, skip next date, pause it. When our payroll structure changes, we will delete these two and make a new one. Alternatively, we can do another thing that if our payroll structure changes rapidly, we can make this unscheduled. That way, it will stay here as a template and we can use it anytime. If we click use, the journal template will come up. We just need to change any data that requires changing and save and close. The journal will be saved. Now, let's go to our reports. Go to profit and loss. Let's see if our payroll expense has been recognized or not. So in October 2024, we see our payroll journal is not recorded. So let's go to our recurring transactions again and use these two. Let's make it unscheduled again. Save template, close it, reload the page. You can see these two are unscheduled now. So let's use our payroll journal first. Our date and other description amount is correct for this month. Let's choose save and close. Journal entry 4 is saved. Again, let's use this one. This is correct. Save and close. Journal entry 5 is saved. You can see the journal entries here and we can see all our journal entries from this menu. So view more. We can see we have only two journals so far. Let's go back to our report section. profit and loss. Now we can see that our salary is here. Let's click on it, see what we have here. You can see one journal entry, that is number 4. We can see salary of Janet Baker, salary of David Hudson is recorded here. Let's go to our balance sheet again. Here we can see accrued payroll liability is 0. Click on it. We can see the two journals impact in detail. So here we had 5,000 plus and minus. Here we recognize the liability, and here we nullified the liability. So all our salary liability is settled. Now that we have cleared this thing, we have created payroll expense, created payroll liability, and settled that liability. While settling that liability, we created a payment transaction from our bank. So now let's see if we have this transaction in our bank. Go to our bank transactions. We have this transaction in our bank, and QuickBooks says it found a match with journal entry 5. So this makes sense. So let's match it. All our bank transactions are now recorded. So all our bank transactions are categorized. Now we need to reconcile our bank account. So click reconcile, select the bank account we want to reconcile, and beginning balance is 0 as this is the first month we are operating the bank, and our closing balance is, let's go to our bank accounts CSV file, and so this is the first transaction. So after this transaction the balance will be this one, and the rest will be added with our bank balance. So let's add in the formula and paste all the way to the down, and we have our closing balance, that is 2520 positive. Add that at the ending date, which is 31st October. Start reconciling. Let's see here what we have. It says our difference is 0, but let's check again. Our beginning balance is 0, that is correct. Our statement ending balance is 2520, that is also correct. We have made payments worth 13,905. Let's go to our Excel file, create a simple filtering and check if that is correct. So we need all the fee amounts that is less than 0, so all the negative numbers, and sum it up together. It says 13,905. This one matches, that is correct. Also, we need to check our money ins, so greater than 0 is our positive figures. Total is 16,425. This is the amount of money we have received in this month. At this part, this one's in. Now down below, let's select all our transaction together. Yes, select all. After selecting all the transaction, if there is no difference, then finish. Now your account is reconciled. Done.